Oh, Tiffany, it's not a competition, and if it were, it would really be more of a tie. But we can all agree that there is a flower of goodness inside all of us, just waiting to blossom.
This cute, humble guy is Professor Marmalade and is the main antagonist in DreamWorks The Bad Guys animated feature film. Now, did you know that transforming a small, cunning guinea pig from a children's book into a larger-than-life animated villain involved over a year of meticulous design and animation work? So, in this video we are going to discover how DreamWorks turned Professor Marmalade from an idea into an unforgettable character on the big screen. My name is Caleb and this is the Villain Forge. Now, before we begin, I want to let you know that I'm a self-taught artist and I'm constantly learning how to draw. So, what I do is I draw the character I'm talking about and see if I can do justice to it. If that's fine with you, then let's begin. It's July 1st, 2015. An Australian author by the name of Aaron Blabey launches a children's graphic novel series going by the name of The Bad Guys. The series book revolved around a gang of anthropomorphic animals known as the bad guys who attempt to perform good deeds to change society's perception of them as criminals. If you're wondering what the word anthropomorphic means, it's animals having human-like behavior and mannerism. Now, this children's book series became a success to the point that in July of 2017, it was reported that several animation studios had expressed interest in adapting the book series into a feature film. And one of the studios which was interested in adapting the series was DreamWorks Animation Studios. So DreamWorks successfully acquired the rights to the book series, and later in March of 2018, they announced the development of a film based on the book series. So they brought in Ethan Cohen, who is a screenwriter and a film director who has worked on movies like Madagascar, Tropic Thunder, and Men in Black 3, to write the screenplay with help from Hilary Winston as the co-writer of the script. Now, in October the following year, it was reported that the film will be directed by a French animator and filmmaker by the name of Pierre Perifel. We'll talk about him later. So, throughout the development of the film, the crew worked remotely during the COVID pandemic, which was terrifying. However, they described the film to have a similar twist on the heist genre that Shrek did on the fairy tales genre, and what Kung Fu Panda did for the for the Kung Fu genre. Anyway, we're here for Professor Marmalade, not the entire script. So, here's the thing. In the book, Professor Marmalade is a guinea pig mad scientist who is on a mission to take over the world and hates to be called cute. And later in the book, he was revealed to be an alien. However, in the film script written by Cohen and Winston, they still adopted him as the guinea pig and a famous genius who supposedly stops wars, feeds the hungry, and saves countless of pandas, then was later revealed to be a greedy, selfish criminal who used the bad guys as a cover-up to his criminal plot in the name of turning them good. So they just made minor changes from the book to the adaptation on the big screen. And lastly, his name was not Professor Marmalade in the book. It was this I've put on the screen. I can't pronounce it and I hope you try. In other words, Mr. Blabey knew what he was doing with this name. Now, they assigned Taylor Krahenball as the lead character designer. This guy is a heavyweight in character design, as he has illustrated designs for films like Minions: The Rise of Gru, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and The Sea Beast, to name a few. So Taylor's designs are quite unique and original. So when it came to the bad guys, he was on point with how he designed the characters. So when it came to Professor Marmalade, although the character looked cartoony, Taylor kept the focus on the eyes. As he said, we found that once we did the characters with a dark eyebrow shape that accented and framed and silhouetted the eyes, we were finding a special dynamic. That's his statement, not mine. So when it came to Professor Marmalade, he based his design from a guinea pig, of course. He gave it big exaggerated cheeks and head with a small body, arms and legs, with 2 large teeth. He gave the character medium eyes and a moderate and neat hairstyle to match the cuteness of a guinea pig. However, from the book he looked something like this. Then compare it to the movie version concept. So his character design works on the bad guys earned him an Annie Award for Best Character Design, which is a great achievement for an artist of his caliber. Now, when it came to the voice cast, it was reported that during auditions, an English actor by the name of Andy Serkis was originally going to voice Professor Marmalade. However, plans was changed as they hired another English actor and comedian by the name of Richard Ayoade to play the role. So, Richard Ayoade has a charming English accent which fits well with the character's cute presence. So, the mixture of his voice and comic timing with Professor Marmalade's presence did command attention in a good way. It blends charm and villainy perfectly.
They say experience is the best teacher.
Now, when it came to animation, they brought in JP Sands as lead animator. He played a significant role in bringing the characters to life, ensuring their movements and expressions were both dynamic and true to their personalities. The animation team under his guidance aimed to blend hand-drawn aesthetics with 3D animation to create a unique visual style for the film. Because I was mesmerized how they animated Professor Marmalade's work and mannerism with deep attention to detail. So according to the director, the animation design was inspired by Sony's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, of course, and character design was inspired by films like The Fifth Element, Hit, Ocean's 11, and Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. However, they took a more illustrative and stylized aesthetics than their previous films by DreamWorks, of course. While most of the animation for the film was provided by DreamWorks Animation Glendale campus, however, additional assets services was handled by Jellyfish Pictures, who previously worked on How to Train Your Dragon and the Boss Baby family business. Using softwares like Primo and Moonray, which are DreamWorks in-house softwares, along with a new tool called Doodle, which was created for the 2D effects and for allowing animators to move the lines around the character rigs. And some of the over-the-top actions they animated was inspired from anime, according to the directors again. And finally, as we established, the film was directed by a French animator and director by the name of Pierre Perifel. He envisioned Professor Marmalade as a character that could simultaneously embody charm and deception. He aimed to craft a character who would be endearing in the surface but harbor ulterior motives, which aligned with the film's overarching themes of challenging stereotypes and exploring redemption. Perifel emphasized that the film inspired by the source material's humor and wit, which visually and thematically stands out.
And I'm like, oh my god, this is perfect, you know, animals, gangsters, driving cars, robbing banks.
Moreover, the film's success and critical reception of Professor Marmalade underscore the evolving expectations for animated characters, because audiences now look for more nuanced and sophisticated portrayals even in animated features, driving the industry to innovate continuously. This evolution reflects a broader trend of filmmaking where animated characters are given as much depth and consideration as their live-action counterparts. Overall, Professor Marmalade's influence extends beyond the film itself, contributing to a growing appreciation for the artistry and technical skill involved in animation and encouraging future projects to aspire to similar levels of complexity and sophistication. As we await his appearance in The Bad Guys 2, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.